Jack and the Beanstalk. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a boy named Jack with his mother. They were very poor and often struggled to find enough food to eat. Then one day, Jack's mother told him that they had no choice but to sell their only cow to get some money. She asked Jack to take the cow to the market. On the way to the market, Jack met a strange man who offered him 5 magic beans in exchange for the cow. Jack, curious and hopeful, made the trade and ran home to show his mother. However, when Jack returned home with the beans, his mother was furious. She threw the beans out of the window in disappointment and sent Jack to bed without supper. The next morning, Jack woke up to find a giant beanstalk growing outside his window. It stretched high into the sky, disappearing into the clouds. Jack, full of wonder, decided to climb it. He climbed and climbed, going higher than he had ever been before. When he finally reached the top, Jack found himself in a magical land. In the distance, he spotted a massive castle and, being curious, walked toward it to see what he might find. As he approached, Jack marveled at the size of everything around him. It was clear that the castle belonged to a giant. When Jack knocked on the castle door, a kind giant woman opened it. She welcomed Jack inside and gave him some food to eat. But soon after, she warned him that her husband, the giant, was coming home, and he wasn't as friendly as she was. Jack quickly hid as the giant entered the castle. The giant sniffed the air and said, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman." But his wife calmed him down and told him there was no one there. After the giant ate his meal, he fell asleep. Jack, seeing this as his chance, crept out of his hiding place and noticed a golden harp that could play music on its own and a goose that laid golden eggs. Jack knew these treasures could change his and his mother's lives, so he quietly took them and hurried toward the beanstalk. As Jack began to climb down the beanstalk, the golden harp suddenly started playing music by itself, waking the giant. The giant roared with anger when he saw that Jack had stolen his treasures and began to chase him. Jack climbed down the beanstalk as fast as he could, with the giant close behind him. When Jack reached the bottom, he called out to his mother to bring him an axe. Without wasting any time, Jack started chopping down the beanstalk. Just as the giant was about to reach the ground, Jack gave one final chop, and the beanstalk fell, taking the giant down with it. With the giant gone and the magical treasures in their possession, Jack and his mother were no longer poor. The goose laid golden eggs, and the harp brought joy with its beautiful music. They lived a life of comfort and happiness from that day on, never forgetting the incredible adventure that began with 5 magic beans. The end.